Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle and I am in zone 5A in southeastern Ontario, and this is a garden tour. And oh my gosh, so many things are happening. I have not been out here to really look at everything in a couple days. We just had my parents' anniversary party on Saturday the 5th. Today is July the 7th. So it's been about a week or so, week and a half, a bit more than that since I've done a garden tour. So we are gonna get some thunderstorms today. So I kind of wanted to get out here and look at everything, pick some of these Snapdragons, cut them down, put them in a vase so then I can promote more growth through this season to get more Snapdragons and more fresh flowers. So let's get into this garden tour because lots of stuff is happening. I'm gonna leave the Snapdragons on and do the tour, and then I'll come back and I will cut them after so you guys can see how beautiful everything is. Okay, I am not going to water the garden this morning. Terry did water it yesterday morning, but I'm not going to water it this morning because we're supposed to get thunderstorms, so we are going to get rain. It did start to drizzle when I just got out here and stopped for the moment. So I'm hoping I can get this tour in while it stopped and the Snapdragons picked. That's my plan. So this is bed one, and this is the Snapdragons, zinnias, poppies, the weeds. No shortage of weeds in this garden. Look how beautiful my Chantilly Snapdragons are. Oh my goodness, they're so pretty. I'm in love with them. Next year, I'm definitely going to grow more Snapdragons and put them closer, like put more in a bed, but I'm really happy with them. Here we have zinnias. It looks like we're getting some bug damage there. So we'll have to see how I'm going to fix that, what I can do to prevent it a bit, but it could just be because they're starting to grow in that, but I'm going to have to look into that. Here we have some poppies here, and then we have some more zinnias here. So they're starting, I'm going to start getting some zinnias coming out. So once these start to bloom, I'll cut them back again, and then they'll come up even more and produce more shoots. My snow peas here, my snap peas. Oh, it looks like we might be getting some blooms. I will have to trellis this more. It looks like we're going to get some. There's some flowers coming on, which is nice. We have had such a heat wave. I'm actually surprised. Look at, see, you can tell right there. I kind of wanted to come out and fertilize today, but I don't think I'm going to get to it. I'm going to have to probably do it later. So we have some more flowers coming on. These are my snow peas. Here. Looks like we have a branch just sitting in the snow peas. It was extremely windy yesterday too, so that could be what it is. But here we have snow peas. I am going to plant more of them in later in the summer when it starts to cool down. You're supposed to plant them in the spring and more in the fall. They are a cold weather crop. And I didn't know to do that. I just planted them when my beds were there. So I'm going to have to trellis these two. I planted the elderberry bush here. I needed to get it planted. And it does not like direct sun. It likes part shade. So I planted it in this bed because this bed gets the most shade out of all of them. So I'll probably have to replant it somewhere else in the yard, but that's fine. At least it's here. My white onions. Are these my white onions or my red onions? I can never remember. Red onions and carrots. So my onions are coming up really nice. They're getting really strong, which is nice. I will be planting more onions next year. I think I'm trying to get the layout of the beds and how much will fit in each right now. So I didn't want to overcrowd certain things. So next year I'm probably going to plant different and be not so concerned with overcrowding and everything. So this is a good year to kind of just get my feet wet with it. Here we have the tomato and pepper bed, the more peppers in here, and the marigolds are coming up. These peppers are not doing as good as the other peppers, but they're still doing good. I did come in and cut back some of the lower branches off, so that prevents kind of prevents disease or anything. We do have some flowers coming on. Let's see if there's anything. Oh, I don't know if you can see in here. Let's see if I can get it. There's a tomato in there. We have a marigold. My cucumbers are trellising up here very nice, so that's good. I'm not sure if we have any flowers on them though. I think it's so cute when they let go like that with their little tentacle things. It's just cute. It makes you realize like how alive they are. My potatoes. Next year I'm going to be putting them in bigger containers, like wider containers, not so small, but at least I'm able to see how they grow and what they do, because I've never grown anything like this. My marigolds. This is hilarious. And my peppers, which I think that's good that the peppers are getting shaded out a bit. I've got ants. I'm going to have to make a spray for the ants and stuff. This jalapeno plant I got from the greenhouse, and it's starting to get some flowers, so it's going to produce soon. And then we have some more over there. These ones look like they're getting some flowers. And my marigolds. And my weeds. My weeds, the most prolific thing that I grow the best here is the weeds. This bed here has some amazing changes. So I don't know if these cucumbers are trellising cucumbers, or if there's a difference. Can you let me know if there's a difference between trellising cucumbers, or if there's some that just grow on the ground as like cover? Because these ones don't seem like they are going to trellis, and they're a pickling cucumber, and that's fine if they don't. Here are some zinnias, and I have snapdragons in there, and my other snapdragons. See what I mean? Like, I would put more in here and more around, so I had more fill of the snapdragons. So that's what I would do different next year. Here are my pumpkins. So I did, just trying to get this. I want these to grow on this thing. So for my pumpkins, my mom had these tomato cages that my dad made, and I wanted to grow them. Oh, I have ants. I'm gonna have to make a spray for this. We were getting one. We're getting a pumpkin. There's another one. There's another one. So we're getting some life in here, which is great. Look at so much. This is going to be a male. Another pumpkin. I think we're going to get a lot of pumpkins, which is great. These are the long pie pumpkins. And I want to make some pumpkin puree, some pumpkin pie filling. And also, I want to start making some of my own cat food, and they say to use pumpkin, so it's nice that if I can grow the pumpkin in that. So these are getting really big, which is fantastic, but I am going to have to come in here and make a spray and spray it for ants and everything. I still have to look that up on how to do that. If you guys know of anything that I could do, I think it involves dish soap. I don't know. I'm not even going to start thinking I know what it involves, because I don't. But the plan is that these pumpkins come down here, and then I'm going to put another one of these and put it up here so that they can grow up as well. It's starting to rain. Here are my cucumbers. I took them out of the trellis here, and I'm putting them down this so that they grow down. We might have a rain delay in our tour. We will see. So we are getting a lot of life on these. So I put them down another one of these so they can grow down and they just don't fall. It kind of supports it a bit. I didn't like them growing up that trellis that I made that really was not that secure, so I took them off. Here we have our tomatoes, which they are coming in beautifully. You can see here. We do have a little mouse in the garden. that we have to get rid of. My basil, beautiful. I've already cut some down and it's regrowing. These tomatoes are just coming up so nice. Here. My marigolds. Some more of my cucumbers. There's so many that are just like starting to come up on this. We had one. It's just amazing. I'm so amazed by what I'm growing and how it's growing here. So it's pretty exciting. We did have one cucumber that we were looking at and another one that was starting to grow. It might not though. Maybe it didn't grow. Maybe it didn't do anything. But I'm happy, like these pumpkins here. That's nice. That makes me happy. Very promising there. I'm so excited about that. Oh, maybe it's this one. Okay, over here we have my calendula here. My calendula there. My lettuce, which is really great here. I did cut some of the lettuce so that I could have it for my parents' party. So my lettuce is coming in great. My white onions are good. They're nice and sturdy, which is great. My carrots are good. And then my pole beans here are looking really good. So that's great. I love seeing all these little things there. We also have oregano here on the side coming up. And in this bed, we have the zinnias. Oh, that's exciting. A zinnia is going to come out. I'm going to pick down some of these cosmos so that it'll promote more growth as well. The catnip, I think this has gone to seed, which is completely fine. I really like what it looks like in the garden anyway, so I'm happy with that. Some more zinnias here. Snapdragons. The poppies here did not do well. I think I know what I did wrong, and I think it was that I covered them, and poppies need light to germinate. I think this was completely my fault with that, and we will try again next year. Try again. My ranunculuses were a complete fail. I got one ranunculus out of it. Here are there's more basil here. There's tomatoes as well. My peppers. So these ones are the yellow peppers. The red peppers. Now the smaller ones I grew, and the bigger ones I ended up getting from a greenhouse. I think I got these ones from Walmart actually, but these ones I grew from seed. These lilac ones I grew from seed, and I can't wait to see what they look like when they actually get fruit on them, because they're going to be an interesting one. My marigolds, my cilantro. My other cilantro went to seed, and I don't want that to happen again. So I might have to come and cut it down so it just produces more. Snapdragons. Like I said, I'm going to cut these snapdragons down, and that way they can promote more growth in them over this season. But overall, I'm happy. I think that I'm going to have to look at some bug repellent or some way to get rid of bugs in the garden. I have tied these up, but I think I'm going to have to come and put more stakes in these tomatoes. I do have some store-bought tomato cages that I could use with them. That might be an option. All in all, I think everything looks good. I think everything's starting to really produce. I'm excited for the progress that's been made. Let's take a look at the front of the yard and see what's going on there really quick because we haven't been out there. So my lilies are really starting to come up. They're going to flower anytime. Even my hostas are starting to produce flowers. It is now starting to rain. I am going to go ahead and I am going to cut down these Snapdragons, and I am going to get inside, and then probably tomorrow I am going to do some fertilizing of the garden. I just know we're going to get a really bad thunderstorm today. I had to run in the middle of cutting these because it started to really downpour, and I was getting drenched. I think it's going to do it again, but I'm just trying to get, it's going to do it again. Now I am cutting them. Usually you wait for 2 to 3 of these, but I do want to cut them. They're going to continue to bloom in the vase, but because they're so early, I would like to cut them down to promote more growth over the season. So I'm cutting them when they have about 2 blooms on them rather than a full 2 or 3 right now. And also because the weather has been so hot and we're getting a lot of rain, I really would like to use that to my advantage with this, because that's going to probably make them grow a bit bigger as well with the heat, with the sun and everything, and the rain giving them constant water when it starts to rain. And because I did put down the straw to keep the moisture in, I think that's really going to help with the growth as well. I think that's all we're going to get from the garden today, which is completely fine with me. That's an abundance of it. We might actually be able to get, I might cut this one down a bit here. There we go. We have a raccoon here that we're trying to trap so we can relocate it. It's been here every night. I named him Jerry, but we need to relocate it. I'll put in some pictures so you can see the raccoon, but he's been here every night and he just comes in the backyard, but we don't want him here close to people because that's too close. They shouldn't be around people a lot. You're not really supposed to see animals that are in the wild, and he's been coming around. He hasn't been in the garden. I think it's because the neighbors have chickens or something, but we want to give him a nice safe home, so we're gonna capture him. We tried to capture him, but he's the smartest raccoon alive. He's actually gotten out of the trap twice. He's actually been able to lift up the trap door. So we're just kind of taking our time with him, and we are going to see when we get him and then relocate him down the road. We are in an area where there are a lot of dumps and stuff like that because we're in a very rural area here. So we're going to relocate him where he's going to be happy with as much food as he can possibly have in life and everything. I asked Terry, do you think it's a mom that has babies? He's like, no, that's not a mom. That's not something that has babies. It's safe to relocate. So as Terry is a hunter, we are hunters in our family. We do not do anything to hurt animals that is that could be released back in the wild, like a raccoon that's just coming on our property. We're more so doing it to be more safe for the raccoon and make sure that they have a better life, because once they start getting close to humans, then that's not a good thing for them. So it's more so to protect the animal more than us and our property. I really appreciate all your support and all your likes and all your comments and all the subscribers. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you can. I hope you really enjoyed this garden tour. I know I'm starting to really enjoy being out in the garden and seeing what is happening, because it's so exciting. I cannot believe that I did this, that I made, like, I'm making these things grow, and I can't believe that. It's exciting. I mean, it sounds so little, but it's so exciting to know that, oh my gosh, I'm able to do this. It's very beautiful. So I really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys in the next one.